Welcome back to another episode of Knowledge Bomb. I'm Nick Fowler. In this week's episode, we're going to talk about optimal body fat, training versus competition. So everybody is in the pursuit of optimal body fat, right? Body composition, right? You want to be lean, you want to be fit, right? Rock the six pack, all those great things, right? Oftentimes we think about our performance in terms of if I was lighter, I would perform better, right? Which makes sense. If we've got a bunch of gymnastics, body weight movements, things like that, then the lighter body weight, right, we're going to perform theoretically better. So going into competition, it makes sense, right, to be a lighter body weight, right? So your body fat should be lower. And then in training, it's actually the opposite, right? There are huge advantages to have a higher body fat throughout the training year than being lean. Now the transition is really, really tricky. It's something that I probably won't get into today, but essentially training with a little bit of extra body fat on you is going to aid in recovery. It's going to aid in actually aerobic adaptations. You just have a little bit more kind of reserves to recover from, right? So if we think about training and we think about what's the number one goal in training, well, really it's to recover, right? I mean, obviously the performance and going in and hitting it hard is important, but really if we're not recovering from our training session, then it's a wash. Like you might as well just sat on the couch eating your Cheetos, maybe. But here's the thing, carrying around a little extra body fat in the off season will help with recovery, right? If you look at overall endurance athletes, and we're talking kind of extreme endurance, ultra marathons, things like that, the lean versus the person who carries around a little body fat, actually the person with a little bit of body fat actually does better relative to training load, recovery, things like that. Think about your fat on your body as an insulating layer to your hormones, right? If you're really, really lean and extremely lean, your hormones are going to be taxed. And that's everything that helps us become anabolic, right? Testosterone being one of the most obvious ones. And so if we're super, super lean, our body is experiencing a stress within itself, okay? If we're training really hard in the gym, that's a stress. Our bodies, what we're trying to do as athletes is recover from this perpetual stress that we have in our lives, right? It could be a bunch of different things. Being too lean can be a stress. So now that we're getting into the off season, for some of you guys, think about being okay putting on some of that extra body fat, right? It's going to aid you in recovery. It's going to help with aerobic adaptations. It's going to help you basically maybe even replenish some of those hormones that you've just kind of beaten down through the past couple of months.